everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today we have a fun art project from Cassie Walker, an art teacher from Utah. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
My name is Cassie Walker and I'm an elementary school art teacher in Sandy, Utah. Today we are going to be creating a galaxy scene. We're going to be using watercolors, salt, and chalk pastels to create our scene today. So join me as we review the supplies that we're going to need to get started. For the first part of our project, you're going to need cardstock or watercolor paper, just a thick paper that will hold a lot of water and paint. You're going to need water, and we're actually just going to use this nice big paintbrush today, salt, and a set of watercolors. For the second part of the project, you're going to need chalks, either artist chalks or chalk pastels in a variety of colors. You'll need a glue stick, scissors, and just a piece of white paper. It can be copy paper, drawing paper, anything that you have. Before we begin, we're just going to put a drop of water in each of our watercolor wells to start activating the colors. What we're going to be doing today is creating the background for our outer space or galaxy scene. If you don't have watercolor paper or watercolors, you can always just use a black piece of construction paper and then just make your planets and glue them on that way. But since I have watercolor paper, we're going to go ahead and get started by painting with water our entire paper. We are laying down a lot of water to give our paints a place to travel on. We're going to start with a pretty wet brush and go straight into our black, and we're just going to let the colors move around. Since it's a galaxy, I'm sticking with my richer colors, but I will be adding some yellows and oranges and even some pinks. Now if I want, I can tip my paper and let the colors start to move, but I'm just going to keep adding colors to create my galaxy. If your paper feels like it's getting a little bit dry, you can always add more water. Since it's a galaxy, I really do want to make it as dark as I can while still being able to see all of those extra colors. And again, I can lift my paper up and I can move it around and see what that looks like. It's a good idea to have something underneath your paper while you're doing this process so that anything that decides to travel off your paper has somewhere to go. And you're just gonna look at it and decide when you are finished. For me, I think I want to add a little more black before I add the salt. The salt is for my stars. Once you have all the color laid down that you'd like, you can take a little bit of the salt and start sprinkling it around. The salt is going to absorb some of the water and it will create the effect of stars in our galaxy. So we need to give this some time to dry. So while it's drying, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our planets. To create your planets, you're going to need to draw a series of circles. You can either draw them freehand or you can go find items around your house that are circular and use them as templates for your planet. For the colors, I've kind of divided my chalk into two categories. I've got my warm colors and my cool colors. So I can have icy planets and then I can have planets that are really warm. For each of my planets, I'm going to choose an area that I want to create a highlight on, and it will be the lightest color of my planet. So I'm going to do that for every single planet, and they're all going to be receiving light from the sun. So each of their reflective spots are going to be on the same side. On the opposite side of my planets are going to be where it's shadowy, so those will be my darkest colors. And so over on this planet, I will have my darkest color over here. And circle it with my medium color and kind of fill it in. You can even add some red in there. So this is my most simplest planet. I'm gonna find a clean finger, and starting on my lightest color where my highlight is, I am going to move my finger around my planet in a circle to blend the colors of my planet. I don't mind if I get outside the lines because I'm gonna cut these out and add them to my galaxy. Okay, I'm even gonna add the color white right in there with my yellow to make it even brighter of a highlight. Here we go. I'm going to use the same for my blue planet. Lighten it up in the center and then just circle around that shadow. Wipe off my fingers, and starting with the lightest color, I'm going to work my way around my planet to blend those colors together. You can choose any colors you want for your planet. The idea is that you will start with your lightest color and then work your way to your darkest color on the opposite side. If you want your chalk to stay put and have it not rub off, you can give it a quick spray with some cheap hairspray, and that will help it to not smear every time you touch it. At this point, we are ready to cut out our planets. Once our watercolor galaxy is dry, we are ready to add on our planets. So I'm going to take each of my planets and glue them on to my watercolor. When I position my planets, I want to make sure that the highlights are all facing the same direction. Thank you for joining me today as we created our galaxy artwork. I hope to see you next time on Artsonia's After School Art Club. Till then!